So, we have done in the previous video lecture, we have done the MRP calculation of fire extinguisher. Now, we will in this video we will do the MRP calculation of its three subparts, that is the cylinder, then valve assembly and two handlebars. I think I have drawn the flow diagram. Like fire extinguisher consists of main three subparts: cylinder, one number, valve, valve assemblies, one and two handlebars. Now we will do the MRP calculation of these three subparts. First one is our cylinder. So cylinder, likewise we will prepare the table. Period. Up to 8 weeks. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one is our 8th week. Likewise, projected requirement, that is the demand. Projected requirement, that is the demand. Then next is the receipts. Then stock on hand, I am writing stock on hand, SOH. Then last row is our planned order release. Planned order release, I am writing planned order release, POR, abbreviated form. I have already told that the projected requirement of the cylinder, this is the MRP calculation I am doing for MRP calculations for cylinder. For cylinder. And I've already told that projected requirements of the cylinder and the valve assemblies are same as the planned order release as the planned order releases of the fire extinguisher. If you see the previous video, you can find that the planned order release of the fire extinguisher, that means the planned order releases of cylinder and valve assemblies is equal to the demand is the demand sorry the projected requirement, that means the projected requirement or the demand, that is the projected requirement, PR, or the demand, projected requirements, which is known as requirements, that is known as the demand demand of cylinder and valve assemblies is equal to the planned order release. I'm erasing this one. Is equal to the planned order release of fire extinguisher. I have told in the previous video also, because it is dependent on, because these subparts depend upon the planned order release of the fire extinguisher. These are the dependent items. So what is the demand? Projected requirement is known as the demand. So demand for cylinder, this MRP calculations we are doing for cylinder. So it is equal to the POR or the fire extinction. So we have to go to the previous problem. What was the planned order release of the fire extinguisher? If you go through the previous video, you can see that the planned order release of the fire extinguisher was 300 for the second week. 300, 300. If you could remember that the EOQ of fire extinguisher is, you can see here also, EOQ of the fire extinguisher was 300. I've already told the order quantities. Every time we have to order as per this rules. It is 300 for the second week, for the fourth week, for the fourth week, and for the seventh week. So these were the, in the previous problem, these 300, and in the second, fourth and seventh weeks were the planned order release of the fire extinguisher. Also these are the demand or the projected requirement for cylinder, as well as these will be the demands for our valve assemblies. However, in case of handlebars, as it is 2 in number, it will be multiplied by 2. That means 600, 600 and 600. Everything remains same. And if we see what is the EOQ of cylinder, we can see that EOQ for cylinder is, from the table you can see that it is 450. It is economic order quantity. That means at a time we will order 450 items of 450 pieces of cylinders. Okay. And what is the lead time you check? Lead time I am writing LT. Lead time is, if you see, it is 2 weeks. So lead time, it is equal to 2 weeks for cylinder. Okay, what is the stock on hand? How many cylinders we already have? It is 350 in number. So I will write in the zeroth week it is 350 numbers we already have. Now we will start our computation of MRP for cylinder. For first week there is no demand, so we will carry forward this stock on hand, that is 350. Okay, second week you see it is 300 numbers and we have 350. So we could able to satisfy the demand in the second week. So remaining will be 350 minus 300. It is 50. 50 we are having now stock on hand. Third week, as there is no demand, we will carry forward this 50. Okay, now you see, fourth week we need 300 numbers of cylinders, but we are having only 50 weeks. So we have to place the order. How many quantities we can place order at a time? 450. And what is the lead time? 2 weeks. 2 weeks means we have to order before 2 weeks. We want that this 450 pieces of cylinders should be, we will be having in the fourth week. We want to receive in fourth week. So we have, but lead time is 2 weeks, means before 2 weeks we have to order. That means on the second week, if we will order 450 numbers, POR, planned order release, is the ordering. Planned order release, we are ordering 450 numbers, so we are receiving after 2 weeks. Now you see we are having, now we have received 450 numbers of cylinders, and we already have 50 numbers of cylinders. So what is the total quantity? Right now we have 50 plus 450, it is 500. 500 pieces of cylinders we have. But what is the demand? Demand is 300. So 500, 500 minus 300, it is equal to, now it is equal to our 200. So now we are having 200 pieces of cylinders on hand, that is stock on hand is our 200. Again we will carry forward this 200 in the fifth week, as there is no demand in the fifth week. Similarly in the sixth week also there is no demand, so we are carrying forward this 200 inventory with us. But now see, in the seventh week, demand is 300. It is exceeding the stock that we are having. So again, we have to place the order. We need to receive in the seventh week. So we have to order before 2 weeks. That means on the fifth week. Fifth week we have ordered 450. Now 450 plus 200, it is 650. 650 cylinder pieces we are having, but the demand is only 300. So 650 minus 300, the remaining is our 350. 350 we are having now. So 8th week we will carry forward this inventory 350. So this completes the MRP calculation of cylinder. Similarly, now we will do the MRP calculation of valve assembly. Okay. So likewise we will prepare the tables. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it is 8th period. This is period. Projected requirements I am writing PR, that is the demand. Projected requirement is our demand. Then it is our receipts. Then it is stock on hand. Then planned order release. Planned order release. So now we can go to the question. For cylinder, for valve assembly, economic order quantity is 400 and lead time is 1 week. Okay, so EOQ for valve assembly is 400 and lead time 1 week. Okay, now what is the stock on hand? Stock on hand for valve assembly is 325 stock on hand. So stock on hand is 325. Okay. And I've already told you that the projected requirement or the demand for cylinder and valve assembly is equal to projected order release of the planned order release of the fire extinguisher. It is 300, 300 and 300 for second, fourth and seventh week. So we will put 300 in second, fourth and seventh week. Same. So now we will do the calculations. EOQ stock on hand is 325. For the first week there is no demand, so we will carry forward this 325. For second week demand is 300, but we have stock on hand 325, so we can satisfy the demand. 325 minus 300, it will be 25. Again stock on hand with us. We are carrying forward 25 pieces of valve assembly in the third week, but you see in the fourth week demand is 300, so we need that we should receive economic order quantity, that is 400 in the fourth week. And what is the lead time? Lead time is 1 week, so we can order in the third week. So planned order release we are ordering here. So now we are having 400 plus 25, 425 minus 300, 425 minus 300, so it is equal to 275 or 125. Sorry, it is 125. 425 minus, I'm writing it here, 425 minus 300 is equal to 125. So this 125 stock on hand we will carry forward to the fifth week, again to the sixth week. Then again demand is exceeding the stock on hand. So we have to place the order in the sixth week of 400 quantities so that we are receiving 400 numbers in the seventh week. 400 plus 125, it is our 525. 525 minus 300, it is equal to 225. This 225 numbers of valve assembly we will be carrying forward in the 8th week. So this completes the MRP calculations of valve assembly. Now we will do the MRP calculations of handlebars. And remember that handlebars are 2 in numbers. We should be very much attentive while doing the calculations. EOQ and LT we will see from the question. What is the EOQ for handlebars? It is 700 and lead time is 1 week. Okay, so EOQ is 700 and lead time is 1 week. Now similarly period, then it is 0, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and again it is 8. So first one is projected requirement. I am writing PR, projected requirement. Then receipts, then stock on hand, then planned order release. Okay, as as we have seen in the figure that handlebars is one of the subpart of the fire extinguisher in planned order and we require two handlebars. So the second, fourth and seventh week this 300 demand will be multiplied by 2. So it will be nothing but our demand is 600 in the second week, 600 in the fourth week, and in the seventh week also it is 600. You can see it was 300, 300, 300, same second, fourth and seventh week it is 600, 600, 600. If instead of two handlebars, if it would have been handlebars, so we would have just multiplied by 300 into 3, 300 into 3, 300 into 3. That's it. And what is the stock on hand of the handlebars? We can see it is 650. So stock on hand of handlebar is 650, 650 numbers. So this 650 we will carry forward in the first week. So now if from the 650 and 600 it is 50, 50 remaining. 50 is stock on hand we will carry forward in the third week. But you see in 600 we cannot satisfy in the fourth week. We are only having 50 numbers of handlebars. So we need the economic order quantity, that is 700 in the fourth week. So if we can only receive in the fourth week and lead time is 1 week, means if we order in the third week, so it is 700. So now we are having 700 plus 50, 750, 750 minus 600. minus 600, so it is equal to 150. So stock on hand remaining is 150. This we will be carrying forward in the 5th and 6th week. Then again there is a shortage. Again we need to order 700 economic order quantity as on in the 6th week, so that we will be receiving in the 7th week. 700 plus 150, 850. 850, so it is 850 minus 600, it is 250. So we are getting 250 in the 8th week. So this completes the MRP calculations of these three subparts. Again, valve assembly consists of, here we can see that valve assembly consists of one valve and one valve housing. We can see from the question. It is again the subparts of another subpart of our extinguisher, valve assembly, valve housing. So now we will do the MRP calculation of valve. MRP calculations of calculations of for valve. Then we will draw the tables like that. So this will be very easy for you to understand, and any sort of problem you could able to work it out. This is the period from 0 to 8th week. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8th. 8. And first, then it is the projected requirement that I am writing it PR, then receipts, stock on hand, planned order, release. Okay, so this is the MRP calculation of valve. For valve, economic order quantity is 350 and lead time is 1 week and stock on hand is 150. Okay, economic order quantity, it is 350, lead time is 1 week, and stock on hand is 150. I suppose stock on hand is 150. 150. Okay. Now the demand for valve is same as for the valve assembly's planned order release. So because that is, as it is the dependent part of the valve assembly. So for valve assembly we can see that here this is the MRP calculations of valve assembly. The planned order release for valve assembly is the demand for the valve and valve housing. Likewise, in case of initially, that is the planned order release of the fire extinguisher, it is the demand for cylinder and valve assembly. Similarly, planned order release of valve assembly will be the demand for valve and valve housing. This please understand this thing and remember this. So now, planned order release of valve is, for valve assembly is 400 in the 3rd and 6th week. So for demand, same will be the demand projected requirement will be 600 in the 600, or it is 400. sorry, it is 400. You see, for valve assembly, third and sixth week, demand is 400. So it is 400 for third and sixth week. I suppose let's check third week and sixth week. Right, it is 400, 400 in the third and sixth week. Now everything remains same. So 150. So again, it is 150 will be carrying forward. 150 now. Now demand is 400, but we have only 150. So we need another 350 as EOQ is 350. So 350 we will be receiving on the third week. And so it will be 350 we will be ordering here, so we are getting it. So 350 plus 150, it is 500. 500 minus 400, it is now it will be 100. It will be carrying forward 100, but now again 400. We have only 100 quantities with us, but we need to satisfy 400. So we will be ordering in the fifth week, we are ordering 350 EOQ quantity, so that we are receiving in the sixth week 350. 350 plus 100, it is 450. 450 minus 400, now remaining will be 50 numbers. So we are carrying forward this 50-50. Likewise, EOQ calculation of EOQ calculation EOQ sorry MRP calculation of valve housing. That is the last part of this problem. MRP calculation for valve housing. Likewise, first one is the period from 0 to 8 weeks. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Period. This is the demand or projected requirement. Then this is the receipts, then stock on hand, then planned order release. If we go to the question valve housing, your order quantity is 450 and lead time is 1 and stock on hand is 350. So, EOQ is equal to 450, lead time is equal to 1 week, and stock on hand is 350. And as usual, demand is, or the projected requirement for valve housing is the planned order release of valve assembly, that is third week and sixth week, it is your 400. So here it will be third week, it will be your 400, and sixth week also it is 400. Then first week no demand, 350. Now we are lacking behind by 50. So we have to place the order. At a time we can place the order of economic quantity 450. Lead time is 1 week. We need in the third week. Receipt we need for third week. So we have to order on the second week because lead time is 1 week. So it is 450. Now 450 plus 350. It is 800. 800 minus 400. 800 minus 400, it is equal to 400. This 400 will be carried forward in the fourth, fifth week. Here, sixth week, we can able to satisfy the demand. So, we have the stock on hand 00. So, this completes your MRP calculation of this problem.